GA Drone here. What's going on, guys? Got this little Eachine here, 5.8 gigahertz ready. There is a package where you could get, I believe it's goggles and something else. I think extra batteries, lots of extra batteries. I got the basic package. I got tons of batteries. Although I do like the battery that came with this. That's a pretty nice size battery, 25C, 3.7, 500 milliamp an hour. I'm going to be using a cell phone with the ROTG E013 Pro. My other one, the base of it, the connection was just too loose, so I figure I'd give it up and we'll go with another one. I'm using an LG phone, and I tried to put the FXT goggles in there. The screen for it, it's just a tad too big. You could manipulate it to definitely get it to work. But let's go ahead and get this bound. This video here is just going to be a line of sight flight. It is possible that as I have time that I will then incorporate a goggle flight, but if you don't see that, you'll have to stay tuned for the next video, guys. So we're going to turn this on, we're going to throttle up and throttle down. And how are we going to fire these motors? I don't know how to fire the motors. Is this on? Or is there an on button? What's going on here? Yeah, it's on. So how do we fire motors here? Let's see. So I just switched through the modes and none of them are firing. Right there. So you got a R button up top, that'll fire your motors. We're going to start in the first mode. I will try to cycle through all the modes, even though one of the modes is ACRO and I'm not the best at flying ACRO line of sight, but we'll give it a go. We're going to go ahead and just plug in our ROTG E013 just to check out the FPV on this. It was simply by plugging it in like you would a cell phone connection. I'm hiding behind my UTV here just for shade because my tattoo, it's sunny out. I don't want it to burn. I don't want my arm to burn. And back here, I believe we long hold this. Yep, long hold right above USB, and it'll scan for the channels. And all that's holding this on the back of there is double-sided tape from the Dollar Tree. Gorilla or Super Glue makes it. Excellent stuff. It costs $1. Pre-cut. Really good stuff. So there we go. There we have an image. I guess I'll do a recording and maybe I'll do picture-in-picture. That way you could see the 25 milliwatt camera, how well that is. The antenna is right out the nose. I did pop the shell off. It wouldn't be too hard to kind of like drill a small hole in there and get it sit back there, but for time being, this is how we are going to play. So we're going to do that. We are going to hit the R button to fire the motors. Oh, it's zippy. I mean, this is the first speed, and look at the yaw rate. We have nice yaw rate in the first speed setting. It's actually pretty impressive yaw rate in the first speed setting. The pitch rate isn't that great in the first speed setting. It's not bad. It's by any means not bad. But it's not super impressive in the first speed rate. That yaw rate, however, is. I'm liking the yaw rate. Alright, so we are going to go into second speed setting, which has given us a considerable amount of pitch. You can see it's almost at 90 degrees as it's going. I'd say it's just shy of 90 degrees. Try to buzz past myself here. Maybe it's actually hitting 90 degrees if you actually have the room to push it. So this is very zippy. This is basically a flyability test, and I need to stay out of that sun. I don't want my arm burning. What I will do, we'll go up just a little bit just to see how this camera is. That's good range out of it. Now we're gonna bring it down. Easy, easy. Don't come down too quick. Control your throttle. I was coming down a little bit too quick and kind of went into a spin. There's a little look at some funnelage. That's nice pitch rate. What we're going to do, we will go ahead and again, my arm's getting heated up here. We're gonna stand over here, throw it into ACRO. Oh yeah, that's ACRO.
So that's a true ACRO. I can definitely feel it. And what ACRO is, if you're not familiar, like I'm going to push forward and it's just going to continue to keep going forward unless you counter it. So even though my stick is centered, it will continue to keep going forward unless I pull back and go down below the center spot, and then it'll be centered. I don't know that I want to try any flips or rolls, and my arm is burning up, dude. I was actually out here doing some yard work, I guess you'd say. I mean, yeah, I don't want to try any rolls with this. I don't want to break it. In FPV, we'd probably be good on that. We're just gonna go ahead and whoa. Oh. Somebody's coming, so we're gonna push it over this way. Whoop. We're down. Getting shut the motors off. Getting distracted by people driving, and one of my propellers did come off. Hopefully it just goes right back on without any issues. Yeah, it went right back on without any issues, and I probably just pushed it down a little bit further than it should be. So I think they should be gapped a little, unless they all came up. No, it's down where it should be. I think they actually do click. Yeah, where there's a slight gap, and if you fall, it might mess that up. We're gonna stand here. We're going to put in the second mode. Fire. Something's hitting. Something's hitting. I could hear something hitting. Okay, I see it. It's right here. The canopy. Canopy actually shifted inside the whatchamacallit. There we go. So be aware of that if you crash. All better. Your canopy right here, it might come on the outside of your guards, and so essentially it would be inside the guards, but it'd be on the outside of where it normally supposed to be, where that red LED is, and you'll get a little bit of noise, but that's fixed. We're gonna go ahead and get this back up in the air. So after a mild crash, things still good to go. Propellers aren't flying off in the air, despite the fact we had one come off and I think another one kind of pop upwards. I like the propellers on it. I don't think they're anything fancy. I think they're just clear propellers, and that's pretty eye-appealing for me. Whoop! Just kind of looking at the FPV screen here. There's no telemetry on this, so keep that in mind as far as low battery or whatnot. Now keep in mind with these pitch rates, when you go in FPV, the camera is not adjustable, so you're probably going to be looking at the ground for the most part. I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to modify that camera so we could get a little bit of up pitch on it, because that is the only thing in my book that this is lacking. I like the controls. I like the feel of the controller. The controller's not bad. This is not jumpable. I did try to jump it. I went through every single protocol. I went through the sub-protocols. I did all the tricks that I know how to jump stuff, and it's not jumpable as of right now. The guys over at Deviation, I'm sure, could figure out the protocol and make a protocol for this, because Eachine stuff usually isn't too difficult. Go ahead and bring it over for a little picture. Little picture, Tom. Yeah, hold on. I'm limited. I can't really fly over my head. There we go. And there's battery sag free. It kind of just dropped. Shut the motors down. We'll go ahead and stop our recording here. Which again, the recording is just to kind of give you a look at the camera. We're gonna go ahead and get out of my app. Close. Clear all. And that was fun. It's definitely a fun flyer. For the price point, without all the extra stuff, like hopefully you have FPV screen or goggles or something, I think without all the extra stuff, it is definitely a good deal. If you don't have any of that, then in that juncture, I do think it's a good deal too. The only complaint that I have is that camera. And again, I popped this open, and I think we can get that tilted upwards. And maybe after we fly it FPV without tilting it upwards, we'll go ahead and do that. But alright guys, I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Questions, comments, concerns, woo! Definitely get at me. And check you on the next video, unless there's FPV footage after this. If there's no FPV footage after this, you'll have to wait for the next video for me to go on goggles.